Woof woof, pack members! Winston back with another episode of Winston's Woof Report. Still the only functional member of this household. Today we're solving the greatest mystery in Montecito. Why does everyone who comes to dinner here suddenly develop urgent medical emergencies, family crises, or spontaneous career opportunities that require immediate departure? Spoiler alert, it's the food. But also everything else. The great Hollywood exodus. Let me paint you a picture, Chaos Hounds. When we first moved to this mansion, yes, the former porn palace that still smells like regret and baby oil, Karen was so excited to host dinner parties. "We'll have all the A-listers over," she said. "I'll cook authentic dishes from my heritage." Just what heritage is that? Crack or fast food? I guess it's topical now with the Tangerine Man and grease instead of blood coursing through his veins. It's why he isn't a dog person, we all run from that stick. First victim, that actress from The Thing with the hair. Remember her? She arrived with flowers and wine, left with what I can only describe as shell shock and a promise to call real soon. She hasn't called. Her assistant now screens our calls. She never called, but I'm in a WhatsApp group where her poodle keeps posting naked selfies. Seriously, those over-groomed poodles show too much no body dysmorphia there. Karen made what she called fusion cuisine, which is apparently what happens when you combine complete ignorance of cooking with access to expensive ingredients and shopping channel equipment. The result was less fusion and more nuclear meltdown on a plate. Woof woof. Karen would probably try and register it as a business and trademark nuclear fusion. I watched this poor woman take one bite of Karen's deconstructed shepherd's pie, made with pork, which looked like someone had deconstructed it with explosives. And her face went through all 5 stages of grief simultaneously. Lucky she wasn't Muslim, no warning labels on that food. I wonder what heritage that fusion came from. It smelt like hell, just barking. She excused herself to the bathroom, and I'm pretty sure she called her agent to negotiate an escape clause from their friendship. The Netflix crew's survival strategy. Here's how I know it's bad. Even the Netflix camera crew won't eat here anymore. These are people who've probably filmed Fear Factor episodes. They've seen contestants eat live scorpions. But Karen's cooking. That's where they draw the line. I mean, mountain oysters fine. Karen's fusion, it is clearly nuclear and radioactive. They now arrive with their own catering truck. A catering truck. And do you know what, Pack? They brought doggy ice cream. Crews are cool, talent sucks eggs. Okay, they used to suck eggs before they got too expensive. For a baking show. They literally bring professional chefs to make sure nobody dies of food poisoning while filming someone who can't properly toast bread. The director once whispered to his assistant, and I have excellent hearing, "Just keep filming. If she accidentally creates something edible, it'll be the most shocking twist in Netflix history. We will win Emmys." They've started including medical waivers specifically for consumption of host-prepared foods. That's not a joke. I've seen the paperwork. The Oprah incident. Oh, but the crown jewel of dinner disasters was when Oprah came over. The Oprah. Look at that beast who never saw a buffet she couldn't finish. She went to the shelters in Hawaii after the fires and handed out pillows because she ate all the food. Even I knew this was big. I put on my best collar. Karen was so nervous she started cooking 3 days early. 3 days of preparation. And somehow still managed to serve what can only be described as sadness with a garnish of despair. Oprah, bless her soul, tried to be polite. She's probably eaten worse things for TV specials. But when Karen served her signature salad, the same salad she somehow managed to burn, I watched Oprah's face perform miracles of diplomatic expression. Oprah said, chewing very carefully. This is certainly a choice. That's Oprah speak for, what the actual hell did you just put in my mouth? She left early, claiming her spiritual advisor needed her urgently. At 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. For a cosmic emergency. We haven't heard from Oprah since. Even her magazine stopped mentioning them. The Tyler Perry escape. Tyler Perry lasted exactly 47 minutes. I timed it. He arrived at 7 p.m. sharp with a bottle of expensive wine. By 7:47 p.m., he was backing out of the driveway like his Tesla was being chased by zombies. What happened in those 47 minutes? Karen served her welcome appetizer, some sort of cheese thing that defied both physics and good taste. Tyler took one look at it, and I swear I saw him mouth, "Jesus, take the wheel," before reluctantly taking a bite. The man who's produced movies about family dysfunction couldn't handle one dinner with these people. His excuse? Emergency script revision. On a Saturday night. For a movie that wasn't even in production yet. The Ellen DeGeneres disaster. But the absolute worst was when Ellen came over during her redemption tour phase. Even someone trying to rehabilitate their public image couldn't stomach an evening with Karen's cooking. Ellen brought her wife Portia. She's from a land down under and loves Vegemite. If you can eat that black shite, you are probably thinking, how bad could it be? Portia left first. She developed a sudden migraine after Karen's amuse-bouche, which I'm pretty sure was just regular food that Karen had somehow weaponized. Ellen tried to power through, probably thinking this would make good material for her comeback special. But when Karen served the main course, something she called elevated comfort food, Ellen looked directly at me with an expression that said, "Even you wouldn't eat this, would you?" I shook my head. Even Ellen DeGeneres doesn't deserve that kind of punishment. Whips and chains leave marks, but Carne's cooking scars the soul. There is no soul food here. She left claiming she had to walk her fish, pack members. Not even a good lie. The catering conspiracy. Now here's where it gets really pathetic. After the great friend exodus of 2023, Karen started secretly hiring caterers for dinner parties and pretending she cooked everything herself. But she's terrible at lying. The food would suddenly be, edible. The guests would be confused. "This is actually good," they'd say, looking suspicious. Karen would beam and say, "It's all about the love you put into it," while standing next to takeout containers she'd hidden behind the industrial-sized trash can. One time she forgot to remove the catering labels. The homemade lasagna still had Whole Foods prepared foods stickers on the bottom of the tray. Even Willie was embarrassed, and he once tried to convince me that plants have feelings. The current situation. These days, the only people who come to dinner are Netflix crew with their own food truck. People contractually obligated to be here, that one neighbor who's clearly plotting something and wants to document the chaos. Me, I don't have a choice, and I've learned to eat before family meals. The kids have figured out the system. Whenever Karen announces she's cooking, they suddenly remember they have homework, sleepovers, or mysterious appointments that absolutely cannot be rescheduled. Lilibet once faked appendicitis rather than eat Karen's Sunday roast. Smart kid. Takes after me. The Netflix cover-up, the really twisted part. Netflix is editing all this out. They're making Karen look like some sort of domestic goddess instead of the culinary war criminal she actually is. They've got professional food stylists coming in after she's done her cooking to make everything look edible for the cameras. It's the biggest lie since Willie claimed his hair was natural. I've seen the real footage versus the edited version. It's like watching two different shows. One is a baking program. The other is a documentary about how to clear a room faster than a fire alarm. Final woof, so there you have it. Chaos Hounds. The mystery solved. People don't visit twice because once you've experienced Karen's cooking, you develop what I call montecito PTSD, a very real condition where the smell of burnt anything triggers immediate flight responses. The Netflix show isn't about baking. It's about the triumph of marketing over reality, style over substance, and professional catering over actual cooking skills. If you're planning your own dinner party disasters, use code SURVIVOR for 25% off blue chai, because you'll need something to wash the taste of disappointment out of your mouth. Next week on Winston's Woof Report, the Great Nanny Exodus, why professional childcare keeps quitting faster than Karen burns toast. Until then, remember, life's rough, but at least you're not Ellen's fish. Woof out!